mothership can't save you, so your ass is gonna get left. Lucid, and then I'm going to read you this quote because we don't have it on videotape. You told congregants just before the Million Man March at a Washington church about the Mother Wheel, a heavily armed spaceship the size of a city which will rain destruction upon white America but save those who embrace the nation of Islam. It sounds like gibberish, but maybe you can explain.
Well, sir, you can ask President Jimmy Carter if it's gibberish. You can ask some of the astronauts who went up and saw it if it's gibberish. On the front page of the Washington Post, several years ago, a Japanese pilot was flying across the Bering Straits, and he saw something in his radar that looked like two large aircraft carriers joined together in terms of size. And an aircraft carrier is 440 yards long. Two of them together would be a half a mile by a half a mile. This is that wheel that was spoken of in Ezekiel that has become a reality. It's over the heads of us in North America, and soon you shall see these wheels over the major cities of America. It is above top secret by the United States government, and if it were gibberish, they made an awful lot of money, Mr. Koppel, on that movie called Independence Day. Was about that which you call gibberish, and it flooded the theater.
Yes, it did. It was fiction, and just for the record, what President Carter spoke about was a UFO. There was no specificity about the kind of thing that you're talking about. He was asked whether he believed in UFOs, and he said yes.
And he said he saw it, and he said when he became president, he would open up that information, which he never did.
That's
but that information is leaking out now to the American people.
The mothership can't save you, so your ass is gonna get left.
On that program last week, they were talking about the UFOs, and they said that we had captured a few of the aliens, and they gave a place over in Nevada. I was wondering, are these extraterrestrials, are they good ones, or why would they? I'll tell you this, extraterrestrials are now communicating with Amorites or Canaanites because you have no power, and y'all don't want to change. They've been trying to convert y'all for the last 70 years. They sent all Elijah Muhammad. What's the first thing Farrakhan said when he came back from living? I saw the Honorable Elijah Muhammad in a UFO. Right? That's what Farrakhan taught. That he saw the messenger in a UFO. Right? What is the messenger to you? There's a mothership. A mother plane. And all of them are teaching the same thing. I'm teaching all the ones that know. Them Sunnis don't know what they talk about. They talk about some God in heaven. They talking Christianity. The ones who know are talking to you about extraterrestrials. And are y'all listening to the extraterrestrials? No. Are y'all listening to Minister No. Are you listening to Honorable Elijah Muhammad? No.
In 1995, in Zimbabwe, Africa, pupils of an entire school say they witnessed the landing of an alien spacecraft.
The mothership can't save you, so your ass is gonna get left.
At first, I just saw a bright light, kind of like silver, a very, very bright light. And then, well, I could see like two black people, but then very, very black. And one was near the spaceship, and one was a bit forward. It was like very, very bright. And I thought, like, when I first saw it, I just said, well, I don't believe it because it's like someone was pointing a mirror this way. But then like two black people, but
In 1995, in Zimbabwe, Africa, pupils of an entire school say they witnessed the landing of an alien spacecraft.
The mothership can't save you, so your ass is gonna get left.
at first I just saw a bright light, kind of like silver, a very, very bright light. And then, well, I could see like two black people, but then very, very black. And one was near the spaceship, and one was a bit forward. It was like very, very bright. And I thought, like, when I first saw it, I just said, well, I don't believe it because it's like someone was pointing a mirror this way. But then I just changed my mind because it was very bright. Well,
So the mothership can't save you, so your ass is gonna get left. If we were made in his image, then call us by
with yourself till we strong and united. The cycle of the sun is upon us, you can't fight it. Black aliens stepping out of spaceships, far from these niggas in the hood, back to the basics. We're on a planet though we came from beyond the stars. They build prisons to put us behind bars. We build pyramids, tombs and temples, being once kings and queens, abusing our mental. All is, was, and will be, you know the science. There's a galactical federation for your compliance. The calendar of Mayans spoke of a prophecy. We change cycles and it's all done properly. Non-ether, the combination of all gases. Aliens, they introduce you to plastic. Most presidents knew about the ETs, dumbing you down with the sounds of your TV. Testimonies of them alien abductees. The same story is coming from different countries. Alien militaries prep for destruction. Knowing the truth, you suppress your assumptions. We come from the dark, from a place in the heart. The only place you go when it's falling apart. We're in the flesh to advance to perfection. Proper correction, shape your connection. And the anomaly she called Tiamat. Us going back to the source is right and exact. Most people ain't ready for change. When the owners come back, everything is rearranged. Different spacecrafts hover above, looking to contact those in the spirit of love. Self and kind, you seeing a projection of the mind. People living on the earth, seen it millions of times. In the spirit of the highest, start building a shrine. Where the block and the pillar start reading the signs. We're on a journey going back to the one in control. So the word heard, shocking the globe. Maybe the globe trotters with a pill, razzle and dazzle. Grays with big eyes are taking farm cattle. Eye on a sparrow, they holding double barrels, ready for FEMA attacks and the bikers to power. When the drop huge balls of stone, everybody ain't boarding the ship, they good as gone. Walk through the shadows,